Marina com Semana Cine Especial. Batman Eternamente é o terceiro filme da série. Michael Keaton, que foi o Homem-Morcego nos dois primeiros, foi substituído por Val Kilmer. Outra mudança é Tim Burton, que trocou a direção pela produção executiva, e Joel Schumacher, de Um Dia de Fúria e o Cliente, ficou com a direção. Com a troca, esse novo Batman ficou menos sombrio e ganhou muito mais ação. Outra novidade é que resolveram ressuscitar o Robin, feito pelo Chris O'Donnell, o menino do perfume de mulher. A namorada é Nicole Kidman e dessa vez dois vilões. Tommy Lee Jones faz o Duas Caras e Jim Carrey, que desbancou Robin Williams para esse papel, faz o Charada. Chris Connery da MTV americana entrevistou os astros e é isso que você vai ver agora.
Riddle me this, riddle me that. Who's afraid of the big black bat?
We have a theme of duality. Batman is two people.
Look. Chair. There's Bruce Wayne, and he's different than Batman.
Robin, towards the end of the film, takes on this kind of dual lifestyle.
What's a good sidekick name? How about Dick Grayson, college student?
He's suddenly assuming this superhero lifestyle.
Harvey is definitely two characters.
Are you going to kill me? Maybe, maybe not. You could say we're of two minds on the subject.
The nature of his madness is such that he used to be a district attorney who would restore order to a criminal society.
Let's see what justice has in store for you.
He's now become obsessed with chaos and decided that that is, in fact, the true justice.
Edward Nygma is like a guy who basically loses his identity.
By the way, I've seen your mind, freak.
He is completely lost himself. And the only way that he can shine is through all the wild lights and the hair and the diamond encrusted suit.
Does anybody else feel like a fried egg?
Everyone in the film has a dual personality, and so I really wanted to make sure that Chase, even though she didn't put on a suit, or a villain costume, she had her other side. I'm Chase Meridian.
I read your work. Insightful. Naive, but insightful.
I'm, by day, this sort of wonderful psychologist. Then at night, I have my dark side, which is to be chasing Batman wherever he goes and asking him to come to my bedroom. Night, please. Midnight.
Now we've established a firm grasp of the obvious. Let's have a car chase and a big fight and learn if good is stronger than evil.
That scene of you in the Batcave when you're blowing things up, that looks like you had the best time imaginable.
It was so cool. It was so cool. You could do maybe 2 takes a day, so, after it was done, it was like, I want to do it again. And they said, well, you can't. Because it takes 4 hours to set up.
When he blows up the Batcave, that's all him. That's him and the explosives.
There were no stunt people on this film. We put them on the credits just because of the insurance thing.
Let's start this party with a bang!
I did some of Tommy's stunts.
Did you work out big time for this movie, or are you just naturally that pumped?
I'm just naturally that pumped.
I worked out pretty darn hard. I worked out, just this side of Sylvester Stallone.
Well, the costume is fake.
Oh, my back hurts.
Do you wear a cup in this movie?
I don't wear a cup, actually. Robin just has a very large codpiece.
Well, gosh. I kicked him in the groin constantly. He must have the hardest nuts on earth.
Very well-developed costume. Not just the muscles.
With his background in costume design, Schumacher made sure the Batsuit had some new accessories.
I'm famous for putting nipples on the Batsuit.
There's nipples on this. And then he came by and pointed. So you're kidding. God.
This is the first suit that they put them on, and it was hysterical. So, of course, this is the 90s.
Where do you stand on the nipples on the Batsuit question?
Hey, if I had my way, it'd be totally anatomically correct. You know what I mean? That's right. Batman, Capes Crusader, raging.
I would have loved to have been able to put on one of those suits. Like Jim's suit.
Like the jacket? It keeps me safe when I'm jogging at night.
I was really jealous of that suit.
They start like wheeling out these costumes for you to check out.
Yeah, and I went immediately to the sock drawer. And I said I need a big pair of tube socks.
What do you think the enduring appeal of the Batman story is?
I think Batman is, you know, he's a real person.
There is something about that he's a man. It's not superhuman powers.
He just kind of bought all this stuff, you know what I mean? So maybe people think if he made a lot of money, like maybe, you know, Bill Gates at Microsoft thinking, maybe I could like make a Wayne Manor, you know?
I think we're fascinated with Batman because he's the perfect 11-year-old boy.
His black rubber suit.
Bats is another thing that people are fascinated with.
This guy's cool. His suit is all perfect. He's got all those little gadgets.
Well, that's what it is, isn't it? I'm obsessed with black rubber suit.
When we return, we'll hang from the rafters with Batman's new sidekick, and we'll meet the man beneath the mask.
I will help you solve the greatest riddle of all, the mother of all riddles. Who is Batman?
Val Kilmer has great lyrics.
Bastard.
No, he was a good guy.
He is a very stunning hero screen presence.
Val Kilmer's good looks and dry wit have helped him work steadily in movies for more than a decade. In comedies,
I didn't want you guys to think I was stuck, you know, no fun. All brain, no penis.
dramas,
They are not my people.
and most memorably as Jim Morrison in The Doors. So when Michael Keaton chose to relinquish the role he'd played in the first two Bat films,
Maybe you should retire.
Kilmer got the call at a somewhat ironic location.
It was a cave full of bats in South Africa. The agent said, if Michael doesn't want to do Batman again, do you want to? I said, sure.
How is your Batman different from the last one?
The ears are longer.
Pointy ears and a taste for hard black rubber only hint at the weirdo behind the mask.
Well, let's just say I could write a hell of a paper on a grown man who dresses like a flying rodent.
Bats aren't rodents, Dr. Meridian. Bruce Wayne is not exactly sane. He's hustled an entire town to think that it's okay for him to dress as a bat. You know, he's not stopping for those red lights in the middle of the night. He's flying all around. He's getting mad at people. 120 rooms, one helper.
Can I persuade you to take a sandwich with you, sir?
I'll get drive-through. Very strange guy. No, he could do anything he wants. This is what he does. The characters that I've played that have been heroic have all been kind of odd.
You're so drunk you can't hit nothing. In fact, you're probably feeling trouble.
I have 2 guns, one for each of you.
Doc Holliday does heroic things, but he's extremely demented.
You've played a hero and you've played a villain in films of this sort of size, in a sense. I mean, you go back to Top Gun, you were playing the bad guy. Is it?
I never like that when people say that.
You figured it out yet? What's that? Who's the best pilot?
He wasn't. He was a good pilot. Poor guy. Where is he now?
There's something amazing about Batman. Not being able to see the whole package. Chris just smiled. All this innuendo.
Batman has tangled with women before. Some good,
Vicky Vale.
some really, really good.
You're catnip to a girl like me.
Now he comes under the more than professional scrutiny of Dr. Chase Meridian.
You called me here for this. The bat signal is not a beeper.
Well, I wish I could say that my interest in you was purely professional.
You're trying to get under my cape, Doctor?
It was the reason why I actually wanted to do the movie, was because of that scene. and the way in which she blatantly throws herself at him.
I'll bring the wine. Or do I need skin-tight vinyl and a whip?
But I never kissed Nicole. That's not me.
But where Chase sees a lover, newly orphaned Dick Grayson sees a fighter, and so tries to sign on with Batman as a crime-busting sidekick named Robin.
Help me. All right, train me. Let me be your partner. Al, hang this next to the bat suit, where it belongs.
How is this Robin different?
This Robin is, he's a little tougher. So it's definitely a different image than the kind of gee golly image that we all have of him.
Why does he resent Batman so much?
He blames Batman for his family's death because he says if Batman would have showed up at the circus.
So, unless the bat is delivered up to us post-haste, we're off on a proverbial killing spree.
Two-Face would have been able to go after him like he wanted to, and his parents never would have been killed in the process.
And yet he finds himself drawn to Batman because of this revenge feeling he has.
Can't promise I won't kill Harvey. Initially, he realizes that Batman, you know, that can help him get to Two-Face. But then he definitely kind of likes the whole superhero kind of lifestyle.
What do you suggest, Alfred? By sea? Or by air?
Why not both?
Who's your tailor?
Well, there's that scene where you're sort of saying, I want a name.
Batboy, Nightwing. I don't know. What do you think? What's a good sidekick name?
But Batman's very resistant to the idea.
We're totally out of control. You're gonna get yourself killed.
He's trying to protect me, but I'm young and naive. Wherever Batman goes, I'm gonna be right beside him.
And you see him as a kind of mentor, I suppose, eventually. In a sense, your role in Scent of a Woman also had the same sort of mentor.
What are you, some kind of chicken? Sticks to job description only?
No, Charlie wanted nothing to do with Colonel Slade. Sorry.
Don't be sorry. How would you know? Watching MTV all your life.
I was just trying to get out of there.
And this guy wants everything to do on some level with Batman.
Exactly. Not just a friend.
A partner.
How come you don't have a belt with all that cool stuff?
I've got a belt there. You just didn't check it out. Robin has some gadgets on there. He just is not fully brought up to speed on how to work everything.
Well, you know, there was some talk you'd kind of done a job on the Batmobile. Put it up on a curb, is this right?
I kind of nudged it in a little bit. I don't know. The brakes weren't really tight. I think I gotta get new brake pads on that thing.
You forgot the part where you kissed the girl.
And you get to kiss somebody in this movie. I don't remember Robin getting much play.
Yeah, he really wants to stick his tongue down someone's throat at some point, if possible. I think he needs to get a little bit more play in some of these things. We're gonna have to work on that for the next one.
Stay tuned. We've got Jim Carrey, uninhibited.
Somebody play with me.
Uncut. Unhinged. And unconscious.
When trouble was afoot.
When we return.
Contestants. The Riddler.
Whenever there was a line, you needed a line or needed something clever or witty to say, it's like, where's Jim? Where's Jim?
You're a genius.
It was a lot of fun watching Jim enjoy it as much as we were.
One of the most amazing human beings I've ever worked with in my life.
And you felt free throughout to be able to make up lines on the set to tell Joel, I'm going to try something new.
Yeah, you know, it was a surprise because it was my first huge budget. And I thought, well, here's the time where they sit on you and they go, no way, mister. You know what's writing on this? Turn into Broderick Crawford on you.
Cut off! Your button paid for, your button paid for.
You know, and, you know, so I went to Joel. I said, I have ideas. He said,
Great! Let's face it, villain is the gig in these movies, right? I mean, hero is fun, but villain is really where it's at, yeah?
That's what everybody says. But ultimately, you do look at the hero and you go, why was he cast in that role and I was cast in this role? Maybe cosmically they know something about me that I don't even know myself yet.
Your entrance was good. His was better.
think that working with Jim brought out some of Tommy's humor. And it was exciting to watch both of them together in a scene because they're both great scene stealers.
Very few people are both a summer and a winter, but you pull it off nicely.
What's the point, big boy?
I was dealing with Tommy Lee Jones, man. I was scared out of my mind.
Has anybody ever told you you have a serious impulse control problem?
Let's cut to Tommy during this.
Hey, listen, fellas, that's very distracting.
I can tell you how it went.
Of course. Damn plebe. Cretin.
That kind of thing. Makes you feel real warm inside.
Anything else?
People come up to you and they say, he'll kill you, man. He'll kill you with his bare hands. Get your line.
Okay, I get the picture.
Blast him!
For me, the Riddler was spinning a cane, you know, basically trying to think that, you know, trying to get my psychology in the right place, which was basically a sycophant, you know, the guy that loves what somebody else has so bad, so much that he loses himself completely.
Bruce Wayne. In the flesh. Gonna need that hand back.
Yes. He comes from kind of a place that we all can, you know, we can all go there. You know, if we kind of lose ourselves or our self-esteem and start going, hey, covet thy neighbor's goods.
I'm coming, my sweet.
Batman will come for me.
Batman? Batman, you say? Coming for you? I'm counting on it!
So what would happen if your character meets Bruce Wayne in an alley with nobody else around? Would you be able to kick his butt?
No, I wouldn't. But I'd wait till he wasn't looking and pick up a rock. That's my character.
Carey took home a reported $5 million to play the Riddler.
Was that over the top?
A far cry from the struggling days of his early LA years.
It was that, you know, that time in my life where, you know, auditions meant nothing. I think I really, for about 2 years of my life, I wore my clothes inside out and going to auditions that way and having people say, you know, doesn't he know that he's ruining himself?
I'm ready to go in, Coach. Just give me a chance.
Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, gave Carey the chance he craved, and an early screening tipped him off to the superstardom that lay just ahead.
When I saw Ace, it was hilarious because I went to Atlanta to that theater, and, you know, it was the first time, you know, I started realizing that this thing was getting kind of big.
Oh, righty then.
I went into the theater, and I heard people on walkie-talkies going, "The Eagle has landed. The Eagle has landed." Like that. And I went, "Who's the Eagle, man?" And they went, "You're the Eagle." And I went, "Ooh, caw." You know? And you know, I immediately laid an egg.
Spoken!
The success of The Mask left Carey just as addled.
The Mask is a whole different animal. It's like, you know, it's just a whole different thing. It's a whole different world. It's a whole different realm. It's a whole different quandary. It's a whole different rigmarole.
You are one pathetic loser.
Dumb and Dumber's triumph had some critics detecting a nationwide lurch toward cultural stupidity.
Oh, geez, look at the butt on that.
Yeah. He must work out. Blame little old me for the dumbness in the country. I just want to give people relief. That's all I want. You know, you educate the man.
Next for Carey, more comedy certainly, but a dramatic role as well.
Some director with true talent and foresight will look at me and realize that I'm not just laughs and giggles. I'm pain too.
And hopefully some much-needed downtime.
This year of my life is so exciting. Yet, it's exhausting. at the same time. So it really is like, the analogy would be like it's 1 a.m. all the time. You have to get up at 6 in the morning. And, you know, just before you're about to shut off the TV, the announcer comes on and says that the late night movie is Ghost and Mr. Chicken with Don Knotts. And you have to stay up and watch every frame. And that's what my life is like. I can't miss anything.
Is there going to be a Riddler action figure? Do you get to approve it or anything?
There's all kinds of stuff. I think there's Riddler, you know, medical equipment. There's Riddler gynecological equipment, you know, big question mark that opens up. Woo!
So what is the exhausting part for you?
I think I'm masturbating too much. I think I need to leave myself alone.
Just curl up, take a nap.
Could I?
Yeah. So, please.